From The National, this is Trending Middle East. I'm Yasmin Al-Taji. It's Monday, October 6th. Here are today's headlines. Late last week, Hamas agreed to the release of all hostages and accepted key parts of a plan to end Israel's war in Gaza, put forward by U.S. President Donald Trump. But sticking points remain. Negotiators for Israel and Hamas indirectly met in Egypt yesterday to work out the specifics of implementing Trump's peace plan. Among them, the logistics involved in handing over Israeli hostages. The National's Hamza Hendawi reports from Cairo.
Sources briefed on the process told the National that Egyptian earth movers were expected to receive clearance from the Israeli military to cross into Gaza, where they will be taken to specific sites to help with the search for and exhumation of the remains of deceased hostages.
Also taking part in the negotiations are officials from Turkey, which, like Egypt and Qatar, maintains close ties to Hamas. Turkey has been mediating in the conflict for months in an unpublicized capacity.
Hamas, according to the sources, also want all Israeli military activities in Gaza, including reconnaissance flights, to be suspended during the process of handing over the hostages, which had previously been done through the International Red Cross. In return for the release of the hostages, Israel would free hundreds of Palestinians incarcerated in Israeli prisons. Hamas, continued the sources, was also showing flexibility on the issue of disarmament, which is stipulated by Mr. Trump's plan. The group, according to the sources, is showing readiness to lay down its arms and hand them over to Egypt.
On Saturday, the U.S. president sought to pile more pressure on Hamas to act quickly. He said he would, quote, not tolerate delay from the group. He warned Hamas to move towards a deal, quote, or else all bets will be off, unquote. Syria held its first parliamentary elections since the fall of the Assad regime over the weekend. Polls opened Sunday morning, and official results are expected today. The announcement of elections was met with some criticism. For one, they're indirect, and they also exclude a significant portion of the country in the northeast, administered by Kurdish authorities. The vote is taking place under a temporary electoral framework. It was established as part of a decree issued by President Ahmed al-Shara earlier this year that also appointed an election commission. That commission selected a voting pool of about 6,000 voters. Just more than 1,500 of them are running as candidates for 140 seats. Al-Shara will directly appoint the remaining members of the 210-seat legislature. Lebanese pop star Fadel Chaker has ended more than a decade on the run from authorities this weekend. On Saturday, he surrendered to Lebanon's military intelligence service. He'd spent 12 years evading authorities over charges tied to his alleged involvement in 2013 clashes in Sidon. Chaker had recently returned to the spotlight with a string of new singles. But before that, he'd retired from music in 2012. He had adopted the name Haj Chaker and pledged allegiance to a Lebanese Sunni cleric named Ahmed al-Asir. It was a move that led him to take up arms with supporters during the 2013 fight against the Lebanese army that left 18 soldiers dead. In 2020, Chaker was sentenced in his absence to 22 years of hard labor. He remained on the run and was believed to be hiding at a refugee camp. His 22-year sentence will be reportedly dropped, and Chaker will now be questioned, preparing to stand trial on new charges. He'd previously denied participating in the Sidon clashes, insisting that he never supported bloodshed. His surrender on Saturday came as the Lebanese army begins to seize weapons from the country's 12 Palestinian refugee camps, which have long been beyond the reach of the country's authorities. That's all for this morning's headlines. You can get these stories and more at thenationalnews.com. And before you go, make sure to head to the link in our show notes to vote for Trending Middle East in the Signal Listener's Choice Awards. We'd appreciate your support. Yasmin Al-Taji, The National.